Michigan broke marijuana sales record in April. State data shows people are getting high. You know, that's one benefit of the world falling into pieces, is that we're getting high. Like, we're all fucking doing drugs and we're getting high, dude. It's great. Oh, I'm not giving you my email. Just kidding. They already have my email. All right. Michigan broke a marijuana sales record in April with nearly $200 million in cannabis purchases, state data shows. The state saw about $168 million in recreational marijuana sales and $27 million for medical cannabis, for a total of nearly $195 million in revenue. Andrew Brisboe, executive director of the state cannabis regulatory agency, broke down the numbers, which showed a notable dip in medical marijuana sales compared to a year ago, down 44%, and a significant increase in adult use purchases, up 60% in that time frame. Why go through I know that, you know, medical marijuana, you don't have to pay taxes on it or something, right? But why go through the fucking process? If you don't have health insurance or whatever, why go through the process of getting a medical card when you can just get it recreationally? So that makes sense to me. While the state didn't speculate about the reasons for this April's records sales figure, it is the case that April 20 is the unofficial cannabis holiday. Last month's haul generated $19.5 million in excise tax revenue that the state can use to fund roads, schools, and local governments. That is in addition to the $13 million in general sales tax generated by cannabis sales. Once again, I mean, I know, for me, the tax stuff, the funding, all the revenue, is a reason to legalize weed. That's the bottom of my list. Right, reason number one is bro, I just want to get high. But it's always good when the numbers are on our side, right? It's always good when whatever argument the other party wants to come up with is just dumb, right? And you can prove every single argument wrong. That's always fun. But ultimately, again, people deserve the right to bodily autonomy. That's what I believe. That is the fundamental core of my belief. If you want to eat a certain thing that comes out of the crack on a sidewalk, that is your right to do so. If you want to eat something else, then that is your right to do so. Other than high fructose corn syrup, I would ban high fructose corn syrup, but that's my only exception. Anyway, Brisboe also pointed out that the new sales record was set last month despite the fact that the average retail flower price ounce dropped from $203 in April 2021 to $123 in April 2022 for medical sales, and from $245 to $133 for adult use sales. I want everyone to I don't know, man. When I lived in North Carolina, right, I must say, having to spend weed's illegal there. Having to spend so much fucking money for weed is just what a I need everyone to understand, an ounce of weed in raw value, an ounce of weed is 13 cents, right? I need you to understand, anything more than a quarter, like a US quarter, that is to say 1/4 of $1, right? Is that is excess to the extreme. But motherfuckers, right? Paying I was paying $300 for an ounce in an illegal state. What are you doing, motherfucker? That's crazy. That's crazy. So it's good to see that in a lot of these states that have legal marijuana sales, is that the prices go down more to what they should be. More to what they should be. Now, again, what they should be is I don't know, a couple nickels, maybe a dime, right? Because again, you can grow weed in the crack in a sidewalk. You can grow weed in your closet. It doesn't take much, right? Not that I have any experience, but anyway, that shit's fucking expensive. It's fucking expensive on the black market, and I think it's super cool that in Michigan that shit is half off what it was last year. That's cool. That's cool. Meanwhile, Michigan officials announced in March that it would be distributing nearly $150 million in marijuana tax revenue divided between localities' public schools and transportation fund. The state treasury department said the funding made possible from tax revenue generated from the state's adult use cannabis program include $42.2 million. That's more than 4 times the level of funding, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it's great that they're doing taxes. That's cool. But again, I'm in for the fucking super discounts, right? All across the country, weed's getting cheaper. In Colorado, the state released sales data for March showing that marijuana purchases rebounded in March after a prolonged slump this year. However, sales are still down from 2021 levels. Illinois adult use marijuana sales reached $132 million in April. Massachusetts is collecting more tax revenue from marijuana than alcohol. Arizona generated more tax revenue to the state general fund from legal marijuana sales than from tobacco and alcohol combined. Tobacco and alcohol combined. That is a story as well. That's fucking crazy. That's crazy. Anyway, shout outs to weed, shout outs to Michigan, and shout outs to legalizing weed. I mean, you know, it's pretty cool.